press conference. Welcome to all the media houses and specifically the current neighbor that we have on board from Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining us. Critical thing for today's press conference is to deliberate on what is it that we are intending to do over the next 2 days with regards to the YPAC, which is the Women's Program for Economic Growth, which is led by Kimberly Falk as the president, of course, and the founder of this institution, which is geared towards ensuring that women throughout the world, specifically from Africa, do succeed, especially at this time where we are just coming from a very serious crisis with regards to global economic growth, and as well as also a very serious health challenge that the world has been faced with. Kimberly, can you tell us a bit about YPAC and why this conference and what is the purpose for it and what does it intend to achieve for women?
Well, absolutely. And thank you so much, Kolaswad. Thank you, Ilani. Thank you, Rebecca, for being on here, and Divya and all of the press. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We're so excited about WAPAC and what we're planning to do. WAPAC is a Women's Program Engagement Council. And what we are doing is we are bridging the gap between African and African-American women. These are women who have companies, and we want to make sure that we can get them access to investments and access to capital and assets, access to markets. And, you know, knowledge is so important to be shared with women. And, you know, we are lifting each other up in such a way that we are just creating a really safe environment for women entrepreneurs and women businesses to be able to connect with each other. And the reason that we're having our Titans, it's called the Titans Conference. It's a virtual mentorship conference that's going to involve innovation, digitalization, connectivity. We really want to bring women in Africa and America the most innovative ideas to help them grow their businesses. We have what's called our Titans Tank. I'm so excited about our Titans Tank because we put out a call for women entrepreneurs and business owners to actually come and pitch their businesses to potential investors that they never would have had an opportunity to actually engage with. And because we have such an amazing global network of very powerful women, we say we are Titans. And these women have actually come together. We've had over 78 women apply, and these women are coming to pitch their businesses in front of judges, in front of investors, in front of a public audience. And with that, we are going to make sure that we give these women access to financial access. We've got people that are going to coach them. And it's a win-win for all the women, not just we've gone from the top 78 to the top 10. We are going to mentor all of these women. And in WAPAC, there are no losers. I tell people our analogy is Jennifer Hudson. She did not win the American Idol, but she won an Oscar. She's a recording star. So that's how we look at our women, as they're all Titans in their own right. And that's what the conference is all about.
This is exciting. That's exciting because YPAC is about making sure that women win, right?
Absolutely.
Just tell us more. Just tell us more, because I mean, you're telling us about the selection process and the shortlist. Why do we need YPAC? Why? Why do we need this institution? And what is its benefit for women out there?
Well, the beautiful thing about YPAC is that we're all partnering with other major organizations, the African Women's Leadership Network, the UN Women, the Circle of Global Business Women. So what we are doing is we're connecting with women all around the world to make sure we want to be 500,000 strong within the next year. We want to make sure that when businesses want to do business in certain countries, that they can come to us and say, hey, listen, we need board members. We need women in managerial positions. So we are actually creating an opportunity for investors and business owners to look at women through a new lens, that they are worthy of being invested in. They're the women that are the small, medium enterprises that are the ones that are creating the jobs, that are ones that are creating the opportunities for their communities. And another beautiful thing about WAPAC is that these women also are social enterprise experts. What they're doing is they're taking their businesses and they're putting money back into their local economies, which is huge. So we're taking it from the grassroots up as opposed to, you know, from the top down, which is so important because that's really what's going to be driving, you know, our communities and making sure people have jobs, have opportunities, have access to education, have access to training, have access to technology. You know, a couple years ago, we wouldn't even been able to communicate with seeing each other, but now we can because technology is so key for women. And so we are totally breaking all of these barriers because we now can communicate directly to one another. We can work together. We can work on the continent. We can work anywhere we want to. And that's the beautiful thing about WAPAC. I can't hear you, Koliswa.
That's the nice thing about YPAC. YPAC is about women empowering each other, not waiting for anybody else to lift them. We're lifting each other, and that's the exciting part. And I like what you are saying, you know, with regards to the whole network being able to work with each other. Just tell us more. I mean, I know we're going to get into the conference but we want to know these women. What kind of businesses that we've had that have applied for the YPAC as a sponsorship and support, and which sectors. It's exciting to talk about the digital economy, but what is it that we found out when we're selecting these 78 women and coming up with a 10?
Oh my gosh, we have found women that are just actually doing amazing things. We have women from all throughout Africa who have applied, several women in America. So we have, I'll give you some examples. We've got a young lady who is in the construction business. She has a cement company. So, I mean, can you imagine a woman that's actually supplying cement to all of these major construction projects that are going on in Africa? You know, we could actually partner her with women in America, and they could create their own global companies so that they have access to somebody who's got that background in Africa and somebody that's got that background in America. That's what's so awesome. We've got another young lady, her company, they are creating drones. Can you imagine, in the aviation business? I mean, I just can't believe that these women are, well, I can believe it, but they're so creative and they're just doing things that are what we would consider things that, you know, women would be interested in. And that's what's so awesome because they are thinking outside the box. They are doing things outside the box. We have a young lady in Nigeria who is creating a food company. I mean, just amazing things. And we're not talking about, you know, she's in the field and she's, you know, collecting, you know, agriculture. She's actually going out and finding farmers and creating opportunities so that the farmers can sell their food, you know, in a global market. I mean, it's just, they're just so amazing. We have other women that have, what did Elizabeth, she's got a foundation for girls. You know, so often our girls are left behind. So she is really making sure that her girls really have access to things that they don't really have, like access to like clean bathrooms, access to sanitary napkins, access to just things that girls need, which are so important in their growth and their self-esteem. So, you know, it runs the gamut in terms of, you know, what these women are doing. But the beautiful thing that I love that all of the women that have all applied, it's all about empowering our girls and our women. And that is just so important because these kids will now have somebody to look up to. And so when they want to start businesses, they will have an opportunity to have a mentor. And that's what this whole conference is about. And that's what our Titans, we are Titans. That means that we are the ones that are actually going to be mentoring our younger generation, our girls and our boys. We're not leaving our boys out because we want to make sure that we take care of our boys as well. But we really are a group of global women who really want to help mentor the next generation to make sure that they are the ones that are going to be the new thought leaders, going to be the new global leaders, going to be the new social entrepreneur leaders. So we are growing leaders, and I honestly believe that for the future.
That's exciting, Kimberly. I think the most important thing is, I think it's coming from the media. What has been the selection process that has been used to get to the 10 women that you have?
Well, there were several things. One of the things that we wanted to make sure if it was innovative, right? If it was something that was fresh and something that is new. You know, I don't believe in reinventing the wheel, but I do believe in, putting something fresh and something that's already been done, or creating an opportunity like for, to be able to elevate it. So it's all about innovation. It's all about sustainability. It's all about impact. You know, we want to make sure that our women are not only doing great things for themselves and their families, but we also want to make sure that they're impacting their communities in very positive ways, and in ways where they're putting money back into the community, which makes sure that they are part of that economic growth, within their communities, which is really important. Also, implementation. Implementation is really important. Can they scale up? Do they have a clear and concise idea of what their future looks like? What are they looking at 5 years out? How are they going to create a sustainable business in order to be able to, get over the pitfalls of being a startup or a new business? So it's really important that, we are mentoring them with amazing people that can give them these tools to use so that they can have a foundation. Because one of the things that we found out, and me being a business owner and a philanthropist, is that we're so busy growing our businesses and doing our projects that we don't have time to create the proper foundation in order for us to grow. And that's one of the things that is so important about WAPAC. We are helping these women create a foundation so that they're gonna know how to do their finances. They're not gonna know how to create a balance sheet. They're gonna know, how to create a business plan. They're gonna know how to pitch to an investor. They're gonna know how to do personal branding and business branding. So we are really giving them that foundation so that they can grow, and they can grow and have the impact that we know they will have.
That's the great thing about the differentiator with regards to YPAC. It's all about creating that sustainable foundation for women's businesses. And
Absolutely.
that's what we are talking about, where you're actually saying that they are mentors. It's not just about sharing of information and selection, but also they are mentors. Tell us
Yes.
about those mentors that are there, available for these women to support them. And I'm sure you can also tell us about the program, the kind of caliber of women and leaders that will be there to share expertise and knowledge.
Well, we've got, oh my gosh, we've got some amazing women. We've got women who are investment bankers, right? We have a young lady who is a coach, and she works with this organization, and they have, it's a survey that you take, and it tells you actually what your superpower is. My superpower is that I'm an engager. And what that does, when these women take this test, it really hones in on their strengths, right? And what I love about this is that if somebody sees me talking and doing a pitch, they may say, oh, I want to be like her. Well, if they try to kind of do what I was doing, it may not work for them because that's probably not part of their strength. And what the superpower behavioral survey does, it really gives them the tools that they can use to say, these are my strengths, this is what you play to, and it gives them the confidence. And sometimes, you know, you don't realize that you don't have the confidence until you start getting in front of people that you're asking for things. Women are so, we don't ask for what we need. You know, if we're going for something and we're asking for a contract, we may say we want $75 an hour. Well, a man that's going up against, you know, the same contract may say, I want $225. Well, do you think that the person that's offering, you know, the contract is going to say, oh, you asked for $75, you think I'm going to give you $200? So that's what we're doing. We are actually empowering women to ask for what they want and what they need to be successful. And a big part of that is we don't ask what we need. We don't ask for what we need financially, you know. So that's one of the things that the superpower does, is it really, really gives them just the opportunity to not only feel good about themselves, but to feel good about their experiences and what they bring to the table. And I think that's so important. We've got one of our dear sisters, she's a branding expert. It's really important for women to brand themselves personally and to brand their business, because that really does hone in on, you know, what they bring to the table for a potential client, which is just so incredibly important. We've got another sister who is a major investor in Africa, has brought gazillions of dollars to companies in Africa. Another one of our sisters is amazing. She's a doctor. She's built a hospital. She makes sure that babies and mothers are taken care of. So, you know, we've got, and Koliswa, I mean, you're a big developer yourself. So, I mean, we're talking about titans, women who are doing amazing things and who are changing what the landscape of how women used to be perceived in Africa and in America. And we are shattering those barriers, and we are shattering what those stereotypes are. We're no longer just sitting at home. You know, women are now, you know, they're on the boards, they're business leaders, they're in parliament, they're in Congress, they're ambassadors, they're presidents. And now in America, you know, we've got Miss Kamala Harris, my Howard girl, who is now a candidate for the vice president of America. I mean, this is just like, I'm so excited, because this is exactly, you know, why I get so excited about WAPAC, because we are actually showing our young girls that, you know, you can come from anywhere. It's not where you come from, it's where you're going. And that's what we are trying to tell our sisters. We are giving you a handout, not a handout. Yeah. I can't hear you, Kodaswa. That's why I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, Kim?
I can hear you now, yes.
I can. You know, the exciting thing about the whole process and the confidence levels that we're building with regards to women, as you are saying that from a continental perspective, you've got successful women who are still humble and who believe that, who do not recognize the value of their businesses, and the whole relationship between your African diaspora and as well as also your continental Africa women. It's all about sharing those confidence levels, and as well as also exposure and investment modeling with regards to their businesses and technology. And that is the exciting part about what you are saying now. I think for purposes of the media out there, the most important thing is, how are you planning to structure your program over the next 2 days, and what is key for people that are interested to attend? What is it that they should be expecting from a program perspective? And maybe that's what you need to share with them now, so that we can be able to know over the next 2 days how your program is planned.
Well, I'm so excited to talk about our mentorship conference. Our keynote speaker, we have a few keynote speakers. We call them our Titans keynote speakers. And then we have our Titans global influencers. And our first keynote speaker is Madame Jope, who is with the special envoy with the African Union. She is a major powerhouse. She is a woman with a fast experience globally, And she's actually going to come in and she's going to talk to our Titans and our audience about the importance of really being citizens and what that means, and especially for women, which is so important. Just setting the foundation of how important it is for women to bridge that gap like we are in Africa and in the diaspora, which is just so key and so important. And then we're going to lead off with, we have Dr. Amal, who is just going to talk about our sister organizations, the African Women's Leadership Network, the UN Women, the Circle of Global Business Women. So we're going to talk about what these organizations are and how important they are, and the importance of partnering, because we create better opportunities as women when we partner together, as opposed to if we're going in different silos, which is so important. And we're so excited about that. We are tight and strong. And once, you know, we did a couple of webinars with these, with our sister organizations, and the amount of support that we got was great, because people were saying, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that, you know, we have all these powerful women, all these powerful groups, and we didn't know about any of them. So that really has been a major win-win for all of us. We have our innovation, digitalization, technology track, which we've got 3 amazing technologists that are gonna talk about the importance of how technology can really change the game for women. And right now, you and I are talking, I'm in the DC area, you're in South Africa. So it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have technology to be able to connect us, right? We could talk on the phone, but the beautiful thing is that we can see each other, we can communicate, we can talk. So technology is key. And that's one of the really great things that's gonna, like I said, change the game for women, right? So that technology piece is gonna be able to bridge that gap of Africa and the diaspora in terms of business owners and startups. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so that's a big piece of it. And then we got Kenyatta, who's gonna come on, and that's a young lady that I was telling you, who is the coach of teaching these women who their superpowers are. And that's gonna be a really big piece, because we are actually going to pick people from the audience to take the survey, so that we can also get them engaged to see what their superpowers are, because it really does make a difference. When we had our top 10 take the superpowers survey, when they came back and they learned what their superpowers are, they came back and says, my name is Kimberly Fogg, I'm an engager, my name is so-and-so, I am an influencer. So it just makes such a difference in giving these women these tools. And then we also have, which I'm so excited, we have Baco, who is the CEO and the chairman of the African and Trade and Investment Global Summit. Now, the WAPEC program was going to be the inaugural women's program for the African Trade and Investment Global Summit in Dubai next month. But because that was postponed until 2021, we did not want to stop the momentum that, you know, we've been gearing up for the last probably year or so. So that's why we decided, listen, we are going to continue with creating an opportunity to give women just, you know, we're not doing the whole big shebang like we were going to be doing in October 20, but we're definitely going to be doing it in October 2021 in Dubai. So everybody that's out there, please, we are going to be a part of the African Trade and Investment Global Summit. We are their women's inaugural program, which is huge, because we will also be partnering with the Sisters in the Middle East. So, you know, we are really growing our sisterhood. So it's not just going to be Africa and African Americans. We're going to be dealing with our sisters in the Middle East. We're going to be dealing with our sisters in India. We're going to be dealing with our sisters in China. So we really are going global. And then our last track is our Titans Investment Circle. And what I love about the Titans Investment Circle is that we have divided it into 2 sessions, because it's so important that we we have a circle of people that are going to give our women the information and tools that they need to be successful as business owners, as startups. So we're starting with branding. We're starting with how to create a business plan. We're starting with, how do you frame, what your business is really going to look like in your business plan. There's so many things that are unpacked in there. And then on the second session, we have the investors who are actually coming on and saying, these are the investors' do's and don'ts, which is key. You cannot get in front of an investor and not be prepared, not know your audience, not going in with asking for what you want, because that's what an investor wants you to do. They want you to come in and tell them how you're going to impact their bottom line. So this is what this conference is all about. It's about giving our women these tools so that when they leave, they're not going to say, oh my gosh, it's the same old thing. Every time I go to these conferences, when they leave our Titans conference, they're going to come out saying, I am a Titan. I didn't know I was a Titan, but now I know I'm a Titan, because not only was I given tools by experts who are global experts, I have a sisterhood that is going to stand behind us and mentor us. And if I have any questions, if I have anything that I need help with, I have a sisterhood that's going to be there to support me. And that is the difference between WAPAC and what other organizations are doing. Because what we're doing, like I said, is we are connecting with other women organizations, our sister partners, that are going to broaden and widen our net to reach more women. So that's what our Titans conference is all about. We really love people to come. Oh, I forgot to tell you about our Titans, our pitching contest, which is so exciting. So we have narrowed it down from 78 to 28 to 10. So the top 10 are going to be pitching. So they're going to get 2 minutes to pitch, and then 3 minutes to pitch, and then 5 minutes for Q&A from the judges and the investors. And then the judges are going to judge them on, I think I told you a little bit earlier, on what our criteria, innovation, impact, sustainability, implementation. So the judges are going to be judging them on that criteria, and they're going to select out of the top 10, they're going to select the top 5. And then after they're selected, the top 5 will be coached again by their coaches. By the way, every single sister that's part of our top 10 has coaches that have been assigned to them, and they've been working with them for the last couple of weeks. So they will be prepared. We're talking about making sure our women are prepared, and that is key. And so after the top 5 have been selected, they will go and work for a couple hours with their mentors, because now they're going to have an opportunity to pitch for 7 minutes, which, I don't know if you've ever pitched or anything, but 7 minutes is a long time. And guess what? We're not going to allow them to have like a PowerPoint. It's all about selling themselves, which is really important, without having props. And so we thought that was really important, because we want them to focus on themselves and their pitching and their confidence, as opposed to, relying on a PowerPoint. They can get to the PowerPoint once they do that, but we want to make sure that they are ready. And so they're going to come in and they're going to pitch again in front of our audience, and in front of our judges and investors. And then the judges will deliberate, and then we'll come back with the top 3 and then the winner. And we're so excited about it, because like I said, all of the women that have applied, nobody loses. It's a win-win for everybody. So I tell my sisters out there, listen, denial does not mean rejection, right? So I just tell people that all the time. This is a win-win. Everybody that is a part of WAPAC, is a part of our other sister organizations, we will always mentor you. We will always help you. And you could be that next diamond in the rough. You may not win our Titans tank this time, but you may, a coach or a mentor or an investor or somebody in the audience may go to our WAPAC Facebook page and see who these women are. They may go to our website and say, oh my gosh, I'm interested in this person. And don't get me wrong, we have been out there searching for investors to come and to actually participate in, as just the audience, because we want them to see the caliber of women that we have. So this conference is going to be awesome. Please come and join us. I am so excited. We've got so many people that have already signed up early, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. We've been working on this for over a year, and it's finally coming to fruition, and we're ready.
Just lastly, before my parting words, I think I'm more interested on the numbers. You said we've got a lot of people that have signed up for the next 2 days. And are we able to know the kind of investment that is expected for the winner at this stage, or should we wait for the big day?
Well, we're waiting for the big day, and we're also asking people to donate to our Titans Fund during the conference. So we're one of the things that we did tell the ladies is that we are not gearing financial money for them. I mean, we've raised some money, but our goal is to be able to showcase them and to get investors excited and interested and invested in them. And then the investors will come and say, yes, we want to invest in these people. But one of the things that we are doing is that we're offering mentorship. We're offering sisterly love. We're offering opportunities. Like I said, we've got a sister who's offering branding. We've got a sister that is offering coaching sessions. These, people put value on these things. Like one is like $500 an hour. A package is like $3,000. But what I tell these women is that the value is priceless, right? Because this is not like a one-off. This means that you have an opportunity to be a part of several organizations that have women from all walks of life, that if you need somebody to help you in construction or in development, they can come to Kodaswa. If you have somebody that wants to be a doctor, who wants to be an OBGYN, they can come to Dr. Amal, right? If you've got somebody who wants to be an investor, you can go to our other sisters like FA, Cindy. We have investment bankers. So there's probably no industry that we don't represent. And there's probably no country that we don't have a woman that represents. And that's what's the beauty of our Titans circle, is that we're everywhere. Yeah.
Like that. I think as a final word is then to say that the next 2 days for all women leaders and businesses out there, it's all about taking your position. It's actually utilizing technology as a tool to grow your business. It's actually ensuring that you've got the right investment and as well as also the right network. So if you can able to make it tomorrow or the next day, you're going to miss out on the most important conference in the world, not only just for Washington or for South Africa, but for the world throughout. And I think that's what led to us actually joining you. And I'm tempted to say that as your parting thought, because I want you to conclude and close this session. Tell us what makes Kimberly to love this work and to enjoy finding this institution and making sure that women around the world are able to connect with each other. What makes you tick? Thanks, Kimberly.
My thing is, the important for me is for women to lift each other up. That is so important for me. I, stand on the shoulders of so many amazing women who've lifted me up. And so now it's my turn. And so I think that that's really one of the beautiful things about our organization, is that we are women who are passing it forward, right? We are the ones that it's been given to us. We're not holding it. We don't want anybody to be a part of it. We are passing on the knowledge and the experience and the importance to really give women the gift of saying, it's okay to be successful. It's okay to ask for what you want. It's okay to be brave. It's okay to share your experiences. It's okay to go out of your community and do greater things in greater communities, because then you impact so many people. You know, that's why I call our women Titans, because we are brave leaders and we are worldwide leaders, and we're proud of it. And we are going to do any and everything that we can to help our sisters and our brothers, because I don't want to leave out our brothers, but it's so important that we are lifting each other up. And those are my parting words, because I just think it's so important for us to continue to pass on positive and loving ways to communicate with each other. You know, we're all been in this COVID, you know, we've all been in this fog, no pun intended, my last name is Fog. But I just want, I want everybody to know that, guess what? Life is and can be really good. And it's all about your attitude. And it's all about you going out there and helping somebody else. Because I'll tell you what, that blessing of you helping somebody else will come back to you twofold. I know I'm a recipient of many miracles, and that's why I've been blessed. And I want to make sure that I'm passing my blessings on. So I'm passing my blessings on to you.
Thanks, Kimberly. This has been a very good spiritual journey for you. I know you've been working in Africa for a long time and
Yes.
actually doing this work under your NGO. And I
Yes.
just want to say to the media houses there, please come and join us, assist us in growing the network and ensuring that women throughout the world are able to share each other's experiences, but not only share each other's experiences, but are able to lift each other whilst others are climbing, and also be able to support each other financially with regards to their goals, dreams, and successes. Just want to thank everybody that has joined us today, and
Thank you.
those that have not joined us, they should do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.